Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Spring Championships for the round of 16. This is game number 1. No, it's not. Interjection, what are you talking about? This is game number 4 in a best of 5 between, of course, Veni, Vidi, VCW, and, of course, Spadel. Two very strong players. Of course, Veni, as I keep saying, was casting with me earlier, but for the benefit of everybody who's just tuned in, of course, Veni cannot cast his own game, so I'm joined by Snow instead. At least for the time. Yep, there he is. Both Snow, very strong player, as I keep saying. One of the best on ESO currently, as I keep saying. I'm going to keep saying it, and I will at the beginning of every and each game. That's just what I am, and that's how I do things. So there is indeed that. Spadel, also a very good player. Both of these players, very, very strong indeed. Are there sheep? I'm not going to reply. That's technically, Veni can reply if he wants to, but Spadel should have done his homework. This is a tournament. I'm not allowed to say anything, but Veni's feeling kind and good-mannered, so he's going to tell him they are both friends, of course. Are there sheep left? Then sends his monk over there. Like, this is the weirdest tournament, like. Just from a competitive...
would have said white.
Yeah, he should have said right. That would have been so
and
funny.
And then goes with Wolf explores to the white side.
Oh, that would have been brilliant. Oh my goodness, that would have been... I was about to type yes to the left, but actually I felt like I'm a caster. I'm not allowed to really do that. But oh my god, Snow, that kills me. If he said right, that would have been so funny. But let's introduce Veni. Here he is in the north of the map in the colour green, playing as indeed the Japanese. No. This is Spadel, but still playing as the Japanese in the north of the map. Doesn't really matter. North and south, they're both playing Japanese. There we have it. Both players gonna be... Perhaps not. Oh my goodness, Spadel, where is your consulate? He's not... Sec, toilet, please. Alright, everybody. Let's have a conversation. Now, let's talk about this. This is funny.
He's going for some another build.
Do you think he
because
needs...
he's already building the shrine on the white side.
Yeah. Oh, that's
so
true.
He doesn't do the consulate before.
Oh, okay. Let's briefly discuss... Do you want to explain what the consulate for is? Just talk about the consulate and everything it's good for. And then we'll perhaps compare it.
They usually go for ports in consulate, and that gives them... so the buildings cost less wood.
Yeah, 15% less wood. Or food, if your age-up shrine costs food.
Ah, food, okay.
Yeah, you know, the age-up one is cheaper too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but, yeah, go ahead.
I can't say too much about that, because I don't play that often in Japan.
Well, you know, but, the Heavenly Kami... you know, that reduces the cost of shrines as well. The Portuguese consulate minus 15% to all buildings, and that combined with when you age up with the Shogunate shrine. I hope he washed his hands. That was particularly quickly, but yeah, you age up with that big shrine, and that increases the gather rate of all of your shrines by I don't know how much, but you stack all of these things together, all these things, and you have a really, really efficient shrine boom. But Spadel has not done that. Has just built, of course, normally you'd wait to get this up, ally yourself with the Portuguese. If we go to the queue, we will indeed see any moment now that Veni will queue up the Portuguese here. And he won't build his shrine. He will not build any shrines until he gets that, because he wants that minus 15%. But Spadel has already laid this down, and without a consulate. What does this tell us, Snow?
I think he's already popped, I could image.
Yeah,
and he doesn't want to lose more time, so he just invests 125. I think that's right cost, yeah.
Yeah.
Before he gets a consulate. Or does he has it yet?
No, he's not even going to bother. Like, Spadel has not laid down a consulate. He doesn't want one. He's already built his shrine. It looks like he has something super aggressive in mind.
Yeah, it could be.
I don't know, like, normally you would want that extra, of course, bonus there. I'm tempted, I cannot wait to see what his first shipment is. That's definitely going to tell us exactly what he has in mind. Veni playing standard there with the Heavenly Kami coming down. And two villagers coming out of Spadel. Okay, this is going to be very interesting indeed. He's going to go for some very aggressive BS rush, something that's not very good as Japan. Japan do not rush very well, but some Azamp style YOLO swag coming out here. Oh, we do have a fight coming. This guy here, I was going to try and read his explorer name, but that's quite a long name there, is indeed going to tackle this scout, and he can't get away. He's been snared. So here, going to lose lots of HP because, of course, these two units are going to do that. Going to try and pick himself up, of course, 45 XP for killing that guy, and also deny his opponent the ability to scout. Here comes Blue with his other scout here, going to take that out, and I think Spadel going to have to use his smokescreen ability to get that away.
I just think he doesn't have it at the moment.
No, he hasn't. Otherwise, he would have done it, right? Oh, there he goes, with a puff of smoke, quite literally, back to his base. but still kind of
He's
awkward.
already aging.
Yeah, he's already aging. Because do you see that 90 food treasure he picked up? He was like, yeah, I'm grabbing that. That's going to make me age up super quick. So that's just going to improve the efficiency of his aggressive build here. He's going up with, what is this? In the queue. No, it's an improvement. It's I don't even know what this is. Is it construction? Whoop. I don't know. It's improvements. Yeah, Spadel, going to the Shogu Shrine. So he still wants the shrine, because he's going to shrine boom at some point. But he sends 2 villagers as his first shipment, which is not very good, because, of course, most civs get 3 villagers, and they can be very efficient because of that. 3 villagers are really good. 2 is literally 33% less than 3, compared to the shipment, at least. And it's not a very good shipment. Like, the economic shrine boom, which, of course, Veni is doing, is very solid, very secure. But this, I imagine, he wants to be up super quick. As you can see, his age-up bar is so much further ahead than Veni's here at 69, 70% compared to 21. And he's going to build some sort of forward building. We see, of course, this village, this guy over here. Perhaps he's going somewhere to build, of course, a forward. Yeah, laying down a consulate. Yeah,
so he goes for some consulate wax rush, I guess.
Yeah.
Shipping 5 sepoys maybe first, or even 300 export. Then doing this Yambusha, or how's they called? And
I just
teaching
call
some
them
shrines.
I just call them clubmen, the Japanese consulate clubmen. Yambasame or Yambusi or something like that, but we're probably horribly saying, well, I'm at least saying those words quite horribly. Yeah. Spadel up, Veni's going to be like, what is going on? I don't necessarily know if he's scouted the super aggressive. He doesn't know where the consulate is, because he's been tackling these explorers all game, hasn't actually scouted his opponent.
Yeah, and he just put some more settlers on the one now.
I love how that native scout died. He just, like, went, ah! Sorry, that's not relevant. Go ahead.
Firstly, he had just 1 settler on the wonder, and then he put 3 more on it when he noticed that Spadel just reached age 2.
He thought, oh my goodness, I need to age up fast.
Yeah.
Oh wow, but yeah, we're gonna see. Let's take a look at the queue. We do see nothing in the queue just yet. A barracks going down for Spadel. That's the only thing in the queue, but certainly
5 sepoys there already.
5. Sorry. Oh yeah, 5 Sepoy. You mean Ashigari musketeers?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I wonder what you were talking about earlier with the Sepoy.
Talking about
I thought, like, is he gonna ally the Indians at the consulate? Wait, that's not a thing. But yeah, 5 Sepoy. We'll continue calling them Sepoy. Why not? 5 Sepoy coming out. Gonna be really quite strong. Combined with the Yambasame, or whatever the clubman he has got in queue at indeed 5. Concha, whatever these guys are at, is of course consulate. Gonna come out very hard and fast. But we know Veni has identified the fact of the fast age up, because he did put some extra villages on, of course, the Shogu Shrine. Putting all of those llamas on there, really quite nice. Improve the efficiency of that, and allows you to put that big shrine defensively in the back of your base, rather than on the front where the rear birds are, and instead can put his livestock on the back. It's a defendable position back there, but forcing the villagers into the town center. And here we see Veni going with his 600 wood. He's like, yo, I don't care if you're going to rush me. Going to commit to the bit. He's going to go with this boom anyway. Thinks he can probably hold this pressure. What do you think of 600 wood? That sounds a bit...
I think it's good. He can keep building shrines.
Yeah.
And I also think he's fine. The situation... okay, he got...
This isn't...
Just 3 ashes here?
Yeah, 3 ashes. Maybe he missed his batch, or maybe haven't had his villagers forced into the TC. He got slightly less here, but combined with the town center fire should be okay. But that barracks is losing HP fast, and actually, Veni identified it, retasking his town center onto the clubman, because if he loses that barracks, putting down another barracks, he knows he's going to lose it, and anticipating that. And here, forcing the villagers into the TC.
Does he see it now? Yeah, he just sees it now.
Wow, this is so aggressive. This is not, like, this strategy is bad normally, but if you catch your opponent off guard because they just won't expect it and don't prepare for a rush, yeah, the barracks goes down. Oh my goodness, and here we have even more units on the way from, of course, his opponent. 600 wood, are you still a fan of that? It just seems very difficult. Like, he's under so much pressure here. Here comes the irregulars pushing him back, but, you know, of course, had to spend that on lots of resources on those. Now, Yeri's going to make use of his wood, going to build lots of shrines, but I feel like maybe 5 Ashes or even 5 Yumis. Yeah, 5 Ashes coming out now. He's like, yup, I need to defend. Need some extra military there, but yeah, 6 and 4 villagers snuck that in. He doesn't, clearly Veni does not think that Spadel's rush is very good, and he's going to commit to the boom anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to see what he can make of it, though. Veni on only 59 military score, or score overall, and Spadel on 72. Oh, it has gone up now, actually. It was a lot lower than that. I think he might have had some units in queue. But looking okay. Of course, the 1 HP irregulars in the back. Still reasonable. 21 ranged attack there. Lots of course, Ashigaris on the front as well. Managing to get those out. Of course, has now managed to train some from the barracks.
Spadel also going for a second wax now?
Adding in a second Rex.
If he's going to build it. He
it's a
got,
rickshaw. He's of course sent it from the consulate there. Obviously, when you ally yourself with the Japanese, you have the ability to spend, I believe, 100 export, something like that, maybe a bit more, on a military building rickshaw. But here, oh no, that's not too good. Losing some, of course, sepoy there. Or, yeah, we'll continue calling them sepoy, why not? And it was obviously trying to use the speed. Ashigaru's moved much faster than regular musketeers. Wanted to kill some villagers there, but going to take a couple of shots. This is a very interesting build. Oh, has been snared on the other side here by that scout. And, but, you know, fortunately far away enough for those Ashies not to be able to catch up.
Yeah.
But doesn't want that to be happening. I think at this point, you know, Spadel on 31 villagers has done a very good job of actually raiding, although he has done. They both sent a 4-vill shipment. Spadel is 2 vills up because he sent, of course, 2 villagers, so we can just say he's on 30 villagers, because, of course, Benny didn't send the 2 villagers. So he's actually, how many? That's a lot of vills. He's 6 villagers up. The raiding has been very good, or at least idling his opponent to not be able to make military, or to not be able to queue villagers, because he's not been able to collect food, and perhaps wants to spend his food on surviving. Actually has a decent economic lead here in terms of villager count, but the military falling behind. Veni has a large army, though lots of that is, of course, centuries, which have 1 HP. Yeah. It's certainly interesting. I'm not quite sure.
Spadel doesn't even have so many shrines, huh? Yeah, now he builds some.
Yeah, he can build shrines, but they're not that efficient. Yeah, he's got the Toshogu shrine, and it has 8 gatherers on it, of course, the rear there, but he doesn't have heavily kami behind this, and he does not have decreased cost of buildings, unless he does. No, he does. Wait, yeah, he's still allied with the Japanese, so these shrines are expensive, so that, you know, they take longer to pay off, essentially, and are not as sufficient because of heavily kami not being active. Spadel, though, does have a 7-villager lead. That's really good. I'm not really sure who's in the lead. I really don't know what to think of this. I mean, yeah, we just saw, you know, a bad fight for Spadel up here, but now the military pops very even again. Spadel actually got 36 in the lead here, and you have to remember there's 6 of these military, or at least 5 of them there, 4 of them there are 1 HP irregulars.
Now we see Vini's going to H3 and walling himself a little bit.
I see.
So he is safe.
Yeah, he doesn't, of course, that's going to be quite nice, this wall.
Yeah, some Kunesi skill.
Yeah, this wall, I'm a very big fan of this. It's going to make it very difficult for Spadel to push in. And when he gets up to the next stage, Spadel going to have that sort of flaming arrows that he can get out, pull those out of his home city. And behind this wall, they're going to be very defended, because the only thing that, of course, Spadel is going to be able to do against them is Naginata Riders, of which he does not even have a stable, I don't think. Yeah, doesn't have a stable. And, of course, even if he does have a stable, even if he did train a decent portion of cavalry, how are they going to get behind the wall? So, here, Veni, I don't know, though, he's behind on villagers. But you have to remember, how many shrines does he have? He's got 90 shrines. Let's take a look at the improvements tab as well, actually. Something I ought to do a bit more. Yeah, Spadel got actually much better upgrades as well in terms of economy. Not that much better, though, mind you. Here, going to siege down that wall, because he perhaps identifies maybe his opponent's aging from the wall. Going to push in.
Yeah, he's aging with Yumis.
Yumis come out. Behind this wall, of course, the Basterios and the Yumi are going to be pretty good. Here we see a 40 military pop for, yeah, and a lot of those Yumis, of course, have that times 1.5 damage multiplier versus heavy infantry. Wow, they're so good. Crossbowmen, of course, have a 1.3 damage multiplier. In fact, these Basterios don't have any multiplier. Traditionally, they're regular units do. Oh, getting a bit close. Not too good there. Oh, perhaps a misclick. Walking in there. Look how many units went down as a result of that. Like 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Spadel definitely going to be happy about that. Vinny going to be kicking himself in the foot. He's just spent 2,200 resources on aging up, and he needs all of the military units he can muster to hold this, because, you know, Spadel's going to be training military units with those resources, whereas he's just aged up with them. Going to be behind. Yeah, doesn't want to lose any.
But I guess he's just fine if he shifts flaming arrows. Because behind the
yeah, there they are, definitely. And here it comes, you know, got these light infantry, light infantry on the front here. And I like the move, like he did that earlier, though unfortunately got a bit too close. Like obviously these have a larger range, you can try and pick off one musketeer here and there and secure yourself an advantage. I like that. But now the flaming arrows have arrived, should be okay. He's got plenty of Ashies there to defend these 2 flaming arrows, and there are no cavalry. And he doesn't even have a stable. Like Spadel does not have a stable. Spadel, no stable. Well, that kind of rhymes. It doesn't rhyme. But yep, now going to age up behind that. with, of course, the... Not quite sure. What is this building? The Golden Pavilion. Golden Pavilion will, of course, grant him access to more upgrades. Does it give you a passive HP bonus as well? What does the Golden Pavilion do, Snow?
I think there are some military upgrades.
Yeah.
For different units.
Yeah, I mentioned those, but does it have any passive bonuses? I'm like similar to can't quite remember. And Japan's not a civ I play a huge amount, honestly, or at least yeah. Spadel ahead though. It's looking interesting. Now getting the Bushido principles out.
Yeah, he's also aging now.
Yeah, he is aging. I did mention that with the Golden Pavilion, yeah. And here, though, Spadel's aging. Doesn't want to take that fight. He can't take that fight because of the flaming arrows. And aging behind this, these forward also, buildings that he bought, he made here because he was aggressive and now not in a very defendable position. And again, to get taken out. But of course, he needs to go up. He needs access to flaming arrows of his own to deal with his opponent's flaming arrows. And of course, or maybe Yambasame, or some other unit that counters artillery. But because he went up, he's not able to defend this location. And here going to lose 400 wood worth of barracks, or in just overall 600 wood worth of infrastructure. He's not going to be happy about that.
Yeah, he already has a new Rex in his base to upgrade his own Ashis, because he knew he would he gonna lose them all now. All his buildings includes consulate.
Yeah. Includes the consulate.
Oh, let's look at the flaming arrows.
Those flaming arrows.
Spadel went back.
Yeah, they were a bit far forward there. Yeah. But he doesn't go back. Isn't able to take advantage of that. Let's take a look at the shipments tab, and we see, of course, oh, Spadel sending 2 cherry orchards. Did Venny have to send that at some point? Yeah, he's only got 900 food left in his in that cherry orchard. He's gonna have to send 2 cherry orchards at some point. Gonna have to slow down. It's not too good for him. Obviously, Spadel perhaps collecting more food for whatever reason. But, yeah, Spadel not going to be too happy about that. Has just aged up to the next stage, and he's having to send cherry orchards, which is...
Ah, there's a stable now?
Yeah, add to the stable. Going to get some, of course... I don't know, let's take a look at what he's intending to queue. I was expecting, perhaps, Nag and Natters, but, you know, now that he's up to, of course, Fortress Age, Yambasame perhaps a better choice here. Going to be very useful, of course, those things have times 8 damage multiplier versus artillery. Gonna be absolutely insane. That they do have very low base stats, so that times 8 isn't quite as good as it sounds. But here, managing to cut off some reinforcements, not too bad at all. But obviously can't get too close to that. He knows his opponent's flaming arrows, and obviously he's probably waiting for his Yambasames because obviously then he'll come in and converge all at once. But able to get away. Of course, Ashies do move very fast. They have more speed than regular musketeers, and not going to get caught. Of course, Venny, very immobile at this point, only has flaming arrows. Those things are very slow to slow you down. Oh, taking a shot there. Not going to be too happy with that. But here come the Yambasame. Here they have 11 ranged attack multiplied by 8 versus artillery. Coming in, going to snipe down that thing there. But actually, all this time, going to be taking damage. Of course, loses 2 of them straight up, though. Whilst all this fighting is going on, has all of his units in the back. Doing lots of damage versus the opponent, Yumi Archers, and of course, the entire teal mass there. They were focusing down the Yambasame because he didn't want to lose his flaming arrows there. And therefore, not doing any damage to these units, the green ones that have high DPS. Of course, the Yambasame have a very high, I assume they have high hit points, and tank a lot of damage there. But overall, I think that fight is in favor of Venny because he did, you know, still has 2 flaming arrows that do a lot of damage. What do you think of that?
I think Spadel missed that he has even more flaming arrows, because with his cuff he just killed the first 2, and then he just won with the army into the 2 another flaming arrows till he noticed that there are still some.
Yeah.
And at this point he went back. Think it was better to wait for his own.
Yeah.
Or to wait for more
more Yambasame coming out. This is very interesting. Not necessarily what I had expected him to send. 2 flaming arrows does arrive as well. He certainly has that on the board. Lots of Yambasame. Let's take a look at these. These things have 240 hit points with a 50% ranged resist. They sponge up so much damage. These things are not that bad versus well, there's no Yumi archers in there. If he had more Yumis, perhaps he wouldn't make Yambasane, because of course all light infantry have a ×2 damage multiplier versus ranged cavalry, and of course these are ranged cavalry. It doesn't have any Yumi. The musketeers don't have that sort of damage multiplier, so they sponge up so much damage. Oh my, no, they're not out of position. So I thought those 2 flaming arrows
that was close.
were greens. They're not though. They're or blues.
You missed them.
Though they are actually. Anyway. Yeah, these Yambasane seem a pretty good choice versus an opponent who has just musketeers, because they're going to focus down your Yambasane, and they're going to tank so much with that 50% ranged resist, whilst all of your units will be doing actual relevant damage. But here, yeah, they're going to be... has flaming arrows of his own. This has been a very interesting match. Spadel, though, I think the longer this game goes on, is going to be better for him. Yeah, Venny not going to want to get involved, a teal player there, because, of course, 2 flaming arrows in the back. Here come the Yambasane, though, going to snipe down a flaming arrow. 1 goes down, and then, of course, all this time, the green units can do a lot of damage. The flaming arrows, unfortunately, are quite far away. He'd much rather have them up close and personal dealing damage, whilst these teal units are focusing down the Yambasane. But Venny knows they're there. He wants to get back. Not going to let him do that. But here, as a direct result of that, losing his flaming arrows and being pushed back.
Looking very good for Spadel now.
Yeah,
because
very
he still
good.
has his 2, and he can ship another 2. Ah, yeah, he already has them. Just see that now.
Yeah, 2 flaming arrows coming out again. Second shipment of flaming. Is that his second one? Wait, hold on. Spadel. Where
Yeah,
did you get
yes.
those from?
There are 2, another one. He can ship...
Has he sent it to... Oh, yes, the UI doesn't tell you if they've sent the shipment twice. That's actually, Azam says. Oh, though they are, those musketeers popping out really close. Going to go into hand combat versus them there. I don't know if it was actually the right decision. Going to lose, of course, like, these things are 120 resources each, and doesn't actually manage to take out one of the flaming arrows, but it was very tempting. Like, I don't know if they spawned on the wrong side. He was like, oh, crap, they're on the wrong side, and now I need to put them into hand combat versus a flaming arrow. Maybe he intended to do that, and the effect was not quite as good, but you think how many units there are? There was only 5 flaming arrows here. I don't know, like, what's he going to do versus this? He's got Clubman, like, pulling them out of course, the consulate, just trying to get everything he can together. Units going into hand combat versus the flaming arrows. Oh my goodness, a surround on the other side there. He was not anticipating that. He probably really is not happy about that. Could have totally blocked that. And here, as a direct result of that, not sticking by the cannons has just...
Very
wow.
nice.
The units that counter cannons, just because green was not in the area, Venny being able to take it back, that was not too good from Spadel. He's really going to be unhappy. Wow. I cannot believe the swing. That was, it didn't need to happen. Oh my goodness, the cannons just Venny just thought, how do I deal with this? I'm just gonna make everything I can. Got of course, the Yambasane out of the consulate, which aren't even that good. They're just clubmen. But he just pulled everything together he could. Got the melee units around the other side, sandwiched him from a different side, and came into combat with, of course, yeah, managed to take that. At this point, though, as the Spadel's still leading, he has had 10 more villagers the entire game. Like, the entire game, essentially.
Yeah.
Since the 10-minute, or I don't know, since the 5-minute mark or something like that. And, yeah, it just, as a result of that, is able to field more military units and has had more units over the course of the game as well. Though Spadel's, you have to remember, the Venny's houses are better, because, of course, they have obviously the Shogunate behind them, and they have Heavenly Kami behind them. And he has got 160 shrine pop. All of these shrines, of course, over here, on the east side of the map. On the west side of the map, sorry. Have all got, of course, lots of animals around them. So that definitely counts for something. I'm going to be very interested to see the all resources gathered graph. Actually, I can take a look at that right now, actually. Let's go to statistics. No, let's not. Let's go to CFG. Let's go to player resource count. All resources gathered, yeah. Okay, so we have...
it's also very nice here. Sieging the Wax down.
Yeah, obviously these have very, very high siege damage. Can make use of those whilst there's sort of just raiding in the same way that hussars and other cavalry can raid. You can raid with pikemen if there's no units nearby, except your target is buildings. Nicely done. And now both players sort of just clearing out the shrines and not really interacting with each other. Shrine pop going down quite a lot. But Spadel, I don't know, was there a raid? No, Venny has sent the 7 villager shipment, so he's now caught up in villages, but he's only just done that. And as you can see, 25 score points ahead for, of course, Spadel here. Going to lose some of these musketeers, but fortunately his army does catch up with them just in time. And he's going to force them back. And that's going to be okay from there. Lots of units there from Veni, but Spadel does have even military pop. His army's just not all in the same place. You see some reinforcements up here. But he's going to have to get out of there, I would imagine, unless he wants to send these in and get a cheeky little raid or do something. But they're taking some shots, not going to be too happy about that. Wow, this game. Okay, so at this point, even villager counts, essentially, and even military population. Where's he going? What is he doing? That's...
Yeah, he's just going to the base, looking for settlers.
That's hilarious, but he could so easily get caught in there.
Yeah, but I think it's a good idea, especially in the late game.
In the late game, yeah. Obviously, he's got a lot of villagers. These musketeers are not as significant as they were earlier in the game. Like, when you've got a 60 villager economy, you can field these fairly quickly. And just a couple of villager kills there, pretty nice.
Yeah, they also think he knows about his
taking out the villagers on the coin mine there, forcing Spadel away. Sorry, go ahead.
He knows about the advantage, the settler advantage, so I think he doesn't care if he loses like 15 Ashis, but he wanted to get...
Perhaps he was hoping for more villager kills. Perhaps he was hoping for a cherry orchard or something here. I don't know. But it's lost a lot. It seemed a fairly... I mean, yeah, you're right. He doesn't have to worry too much. But at the same time... Oh, Spadel up to the industrial age. How did we not notice that? Coming out, of course, he gets this daimyo for free. Going to be super good. 1,000 hit points worth of units. Well, hit points on it, 46 attack damage, and more importantly, it buffs everything else. And also, Spadel now has access to, of course, Shogun Tokugawa and the 4 mortars, and the guard upgrade. I was expecting something more impressive, like the 4 flaming arrow shipment. It's not in his deck, but gonna get the guard upgrades. Gonna be very strong.
Vini's also going for some flaming arrows now from the tower.
I'm going to turn the CFG on. Let's take a look at all resources gathered then. Veni's got 21,000 food compared to Spadel's 23,000, 4.6k wood compared to Spadel's 5.5, and 10,000 coin compared to Spadel's 12,000 coin overall this game. So Spadel's economy, you can see, is clearly much better over the course of this game. The green economy, very, very good. Let's turn this back onto default. So that's their actual resource count. Their banks aren't that big. I should have turned that off quite a while ago. It's probably why I didn't notice him aging up. Good lord. Sorry, what were you saying? But now that he's aged up, Veni here, gonna just come in with his units and siege him down. This explains why he had all of those Ashes down in this weird location, because perhaps trying to buy him some time, because he knows that going up to Industrial is a very expensive upgrade. 3,200.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Can he take out the Golden Pavilion, though? I don't know, it's so low health.
Yeah,
at this point, you just siege it. Yeah, he identifies it's very low. Gonna bring that down, but unfortunately gonna lose these units here on the back.
Yeah, but I think it was still a nice thing to get this wonder, because it just makes the military stronger.
Yeah.
And he loses like 15 Ashis now, but
wow, this game, like, Spadel could have... Oh, that's a lot of vills, but Spadel notices it, sees that on the mini-map, isn't going to let that happen, certainly going to lose some if he A-moves here.
Shoot.
No, he lets that. He was going for the shrines. That's what he said. He just right-clicked on the shrines. Perhaps didn't necessarily, or maybe he was thinking about that coin mine, but then perhaps didn't realize it, because at this same time, he is. I thought there was a fight going on. I think between these and these, and perhaps was focusing on that, but not going to get any villager kills. I still can't believe how much Spadel could have finished the game with the flaming arrows, and then just got wrecked by units they should not have been countered by. That was certainly interesting. Oh my, this game though, holy balls, it is going on. But now let's evaluate this. Spadel, still 10 villagers up, has made that. Has got his guard up. He's in the industrial age, an age above Veni, though Veni does now actually even that up. Has managed to get up to the next age as well.
But Vini has one more wonder now.
Yeah, he does, because of course he punished his opponent for aging up.
Also flaming arrows now.
4 flaming arrows, or is he trading them?
No, he has some.
Yeah,
just made them.
He made them from his castle.
And he's gonna, yeah.
These are fairly interesting colours on the screen. Yeah, but Honoured Ashigaru for, of course, well, both players very soon, I would imagine. The green certainly has the Honoured, and he's very happy to take any fight now, because, of course, these have 44 ranged attack. Absolutely insane. I want a time when the 2 daimyos are close, it's going to go up even higher. Very, very strong indeed. But
Oh.
disciplined, still disciplined for Veni. Here comes the 3 flaming arrows.
He should move his Muratus back. I think.
Yeah, they're going to take lots of damage. Those things aren't that good again. Well, they're just... Whoa, they're saying that. They obliterate that wall, but they couldn't even...
If he attacks the wall now with his Muratus, he could also get damage to the flaming arrows.
Yeah, mortars actually have a times, like, I don't know, they need to go into sort of, 400 bombard damage, holy balls, versus, well, that's an anti-ship attack. No, 400, but, that's a lot of damage. I thought they were significantly weaker than that. No, why did it have 400 damage? I don't even know. That one has 400. That one's a special one? The other one doesn't have 400, holy. I'm very confused.
I don't know about it.
There was a 400 bombard damage mortar. Like, that's not normal, right? Am I going insane?
Yeah, that was really...
Did you notice it?
What?
Did you notice the bombard... the one of the mortars had 400 bombard attack? I don't know. There was definitely a mortar with 400 bombard attack. Anyway, probably maybe a graphic, but I don't know. That shouldn't be there. But certainly... Wow, this game. Spadel still in a commanding position, has 71 villagers versus his opponent's 58, and he's had more villagers this entire game. And as I showed on the resource graph, that he did have more resources overall. Certainly ahead, and has more, well, not quite more military, but certainly has the upgrade, the Honored Ashes, and of course has, or did have, the 2 Shoguns on the battlefield, wherever they are. Perhaps they've been taken out. It's not going to be too happy about that. Doesn't have them anymore. Wow, okay. But Veni now adding in a town center. But I don't know, at this point, Spadel does seem quite far ahead. But having said that, I don't know, like, I really don't know what to think. What do you think?
About the TC now?
Just about the game. Like, I don't even know.
Till now, it was a nicely good weight fight battle game. How to say? Yeah, I think Vini didn't want to fight with Ashis against Ashis anymore, so he went for more flaming arrows.
More flaming arrows, yeah, of his castle.
And also for TC on the left side, to get the mine.
Grab the mine, yeah.
To which he's now moving with the settlers.
Certainly can use those to oh, but yeah, certainly this is a secure gold mine. Now can train lots of settlers out of this as well. Try and catch up with Spadel in villager count. But in the meantime, though, Spadel going to be using his Yambushi rather, to kill off these shrines. Certainly going to do that where he can. These things can do some raiding, but by the looks of it, Veni going to come down here and respond to this. Meanwhile, we do have a small patch of Veni's musketeers up here, perhaps coming to do some raiding, clear out some shrines. But being caught by Spadel's entire army there, they are hopefully going to get away from him. He doesn't want to lose those, but coming to the edge of the map here, going to get stuck there. And this is just a chase, walking around trying to gather those. But obviously, yeah, now going to clear out some shrines. These are definitely for clearing shrines out. It's who can have the most shrines. Make sure you're killing each other's shrines. Spadel doesn't want to take this fight just yet because, of course, all of these flaming arrows here. Gonna have to add in something else, and in the meantime making his army useful since he can't take the fight by killing shrines.
Let's see what he does now against the flaming arrows.
Yeah, well, he's gonna have to do something. But both players starting to transition to other resources. I mean, well, I say other resources, but Veni still has 2,000 resources of food left in his cherry patch. But then he's gonna have to switch over to, of course, mills and plantations, so to speak, or just the rice paddies, of course. But Spadel has made that transition already. Look at all these rice paddies, so many. Like, he spent so much wood on these. Veni does not have any. Veni's going to have to add those in at some point, and when he does add them in, he's going to slow down, and he's not going to be able to keep this up. And Spadel is still managing to keep even military population with his opponent, despite having to slow down with all of these rice paddies. Looks like he's okay. He's got his late game infrastructure already up, whereas Veni does not. But here he comes, the pressure, 4 flaming arrows. So Spade's still going to have to deal with this. And he's going to get punished if he can't. But Yambasane coming out, as we saw from earlier, these things are very, very strong against the
yeah, and
arrows
also
there.
just look how much stronger Veni's Ashis are.
how much? What?
80 more HP.
Wow, 357 hit points compared to 272, and that's a direct result of having Dynamo Masasuma in the back there, increasing, of course, the upgrade. But Veni, I don't know. Well, yeah, Veni's going to take this fight, no problem. It's not looking too good for him. All of these flaming arrows in the back, Spadel's army is just going to get absolutely rinsed.
Spadel just going for 3 Waxes.
Yeah, he's spamming. He's trying to, like, he just needs to stabilize, and if he can, I think if he counters this army, he can go ahead and be okay in the rest of the game. Adding in more axes, as you're saying, yeah. Oh, going into hand combat, doing a Veni here. Gonna try and take out these, of course, flaming arrows here. I don't know though. Has Spadel? How much food does Veni have coming in? He's got 1 rice paddy down now, adding in a second one, adding in a third one there, and there's only 700 food left in that cherry orchard. So, Veni's spam is going to slow down. He's just not got the infrastructure. Well, certainly, like, he's having to spend 400 wood apiece on these, of course, late-game buildings, whereas Spadel is not. He's already got them down. And if he can hold, then the favor will switch to him. And this fight here is just so much in favor of Veni. Look how many units he has just doing straight-up damage there. Fortunately, though, does manage to take out all the flaming arrows bar 1 that is in the back, and the Amber Same, unfortunately, not doing a huge amount useful. I don't know, Spadel has only 17 military population compared to his opponent's 54. That is the end of the game there, and yeah, Spadel says it. GG.
GG.
What a game! That was so intense. Like, I cannot believe it went on that long with Spadel's super ridiculous, like, aggressive start, and then somehow maintaining this villager lead throughout the entire course of the game. I think Spadel leading that entire game goes to show that Veni is a very good player, knows what he's doing. Able, and that particular, catch early game, where Spadel could have won the game. He manages to take out those flaming arrows that Spadel had in hand combat with the cheeky musketeers and sandwiching him in. But Spadel, I think if he could have held on just a bit longer and neutralized this here, he would have been in a good spot to go ahead and finish the game, because of course he has all of that infrastructure up. But now that he doesn't have any army for the time being, Blue is just going to walk on top of these rice paddies, force the villagers away from them into the town center.
Yes. And
that does pretty much end the game. But you can see all the players having a good time, talking about, of course, what's going on in the game.
Yeah, I think
very interesting game.
Spadel decides at the end that he doesn't want to go for cannons as well, so for flaming arrows. He just wanted to fight them with Ashis.
Yeah.
Because of his advantage of the economy. He already has so many Weisfelds. And but they just didn't went good for him.
Didn't know. I'm going to take a look at the post game though. Let's take a look at that villager graph. Alright, so as you can see, this entire game, Spadel ahead in terms of villager population. But that does not necessarily mean in terms of resources, though we do know it is, because because I showed you during the game. But actually, Veni's shrine population was quite high, and of course his shrines are much more efficient than, Spadel's. So let's take a look at all resources gathered. Alright, as you would expect, Spadel did have more resources, and Veni fighting from behind that entire game, still managing to come out on top. Just goes to show that pretty good player there.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at military unit population, why not?
And we have a winner on that point. Veni won 3-1.
3-1 to Veni. Congratulations. Going through to the round of 16.
Yeah.
Sorry, the round of 8. This is the round of 16. Going through to the round of 8. And, of course, his opponent is now eliminated. Goodbye, Spadel. Played very well, and I was expecting him to go ahead and win that game and bring it up to 2-2. Wow.
Yeah.
But
Vini has to play against Gaia or Kiliari.
Wow, I'm looking forward to, like, so many good players, even in this round, and the round of 8 is coming up next as well. But thank you very much for watching in this particular recording. Do leave a like if it's on YouTube, and if you're watching the stream, stay tuned.